Out of my belly shall flow rivers, rivers of living water. Yeah, yeah. Out of my belly shall flow rivers, rivers of living water. Yeah, yeah.
I think sometimes when the pain comes up, people want to avoid it. They want to ignore it. They just want to push it out because, hey, who wants to deal with that? But the more you repress or the more you avoid something, the more it'll come back later because it hasn't been felt, it hasn't been dealt with. And so just learning to sit with that distress is so important to overcoming grief and not letting it consume your life. It's really about sitting there with that distress, knowing that it's normal, knowing that these grief processes are universal, and that if you were just willing to sit with them and get through the most painful phases, that it will evolve. And you may miss the person from time to time. You may still get sad from time to time when you think about that person, but they will be fewer and farther in between these sort of episodes of you having this sort of very sad feeling about what happened. And you will be able to carry on and have a new existence that is still full of meaning and full of life. And perhaps you'll even emerge with some important positive lessons on the other side.
Out of my belly shall flow rivers, rivers of living water. Yeah, yeah. Out of my belly shall flow rivers, rivers of living water. Yeah, yeah.
Accepting that you can't get through it is a big part of it. You don't have to necessarily stop grieving somebody. I think that people think, oh, I have to get over this, I have to get over this. That actually, that fight, that resistance actually makes it harder to get over anyway. But I always tell people, you know, my view about grief is that it can come and go, and it's like an ever changing process, and I don't think there's a necessarily stop point to grief. And when I experience personally grief and I have a reaction to somebody that I lost and I cry, I actually remember like how much I love the person, and actually to me it's very comforting that years after I lose somebody I can look at a picture and still cry about them, you know, that they were very meaningful to me, you know. And so I think we have to stop fighting it as if it's like this pathological thing we have to get away from. I think grief is something that's natural, it's normal, and it shows you how much you've cared about a person. Concrete steps you can take that can help you through the process, but also that there's not really this easy answer of, okay, let me just check this off and I'll be done. You won't be the same afterwards, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. And don't try to chase that sameness that you want from before it happened. Just be a different experience and it'll still be good.
As the river flows, it begins to bring every dead thing to life. It's a life-giving river. Flow, let it flow right here, right now. As the river flows, it begins to bring every dead thing to life. It's a life-giving river. Flow, let it flow right here, right now. As the river flows, it begins to bring every dead soul to life. It's a life-giving river. Flow, let it flow right here, right now. As the river flows, it begins to bring every dead soul to life. It's a life-giving river. Flow, let it flow right here, right now.
Yeah. People chase the sameness.
Yeah.
You can't chase the sameness.
No.
We're moving forward. The future is going to happen.
Yeah.
We can't chase the sameness. That's
Right.
good.
As the river flows, it begins to bring every dead thing to life. It's a life-giving river. Flow, let it flow right here, right now.
holding on to something in the past that you can't have back, like pass back in general.
Yeah.
And certainly not after the loss of a loved one. It will be a different kind of normal, and that's okay.
Yeah.
As the river flows.